Howdy, folks. This is Amol Vaidya, also known as Big Edie. Hopefully, everyone is doing well today. Sorry about that. Once again, got the echo issue going. So hopefully that's resolved at this point. I wanted to continue what we were working on last time, which it looked like we were done with the rare words package itself, like the coding portion of it. If we tried to run it today, it would actually do what it was supposed to do, which is highlight all the rare and semi-common words in the buffer. So it looks like it's doing that correctly. If we do it in a particular region, it should work there too. So let's just look at it real quick to make sure it actually is. And it does, again, seem to do what it's supposed to do. So the goal for today was to go through the MELPA contributing guidelines and actually do it. So if you guys remember from last time, before I go there, I know somebody requested that I set up alternative ways to chat here on the live stream aside from just YouTube. I'm sorry, I have not had a chance to do that. So anyone is watching who wanted to chat but does not have a YouTube account, I will try to get that set up at some point. I just have not had a chance to set up the overlay correctly yet. So just YouTube for today. Anyway, so now that we have that, last time we were going through this. Last time we were going through this document here. Where we look at the requirements to contribute to MELPA. And we were kind of going through, if you look down over here, it requested that you go through these Emacs Lisp conventions and Emacs Lisp style guide. There was quite a bit of information there. So if we go here, there were several like sections to read through, each one quite extensive. Well, that one wasn't that extensive, but if you look like the documentation strings, right? Like it takes a while to go through. So I didn't want to have to read that on stream. I don't think anyone wants to sit here and just watch me read for the next hour. So I went ahead and I went through it, and I think I know what we need to do. So instead of just going through these documents together, I just made some notes as to what all we need to do, and hopefully that's sufficient. So let's go ahead and start doing it. So first thing we need to do is we need to go to our rare words package and go to the rare words package and start doing the documentation correctly. So some of the things we need to do to get the documentation correct is these are sort of in the Emacs Lisp manual that we were looking at a second ago. The recommendations it had that I felt like were important to note were: we should use complete sentences. We should document all user-facing variables and functions. We should document all variables and functions according to the Emacs Lisp manual. It's a suggestion. So it says you should document all user-facing variables and functions, but then it says why not also do it for non-user facing, like internal variables and functions. So I think we're going to go ahead and document all our variables and functions. It says that documentation should fit on an 80-column screen, and that the first line should be 1 to 2 sentences that can stand alone. For functions, the first line should answer the question, what does the function do? It should mention all the important arguments of the function. And if there's too many arguments, then mention the most important ones. When discussing the value of an argument, use the argument name in capital letters. So that's sort of something we'll see in a second here. So that's just sort of the style it wants us to use for argument values. And then for variables, that was for functions. So for variables, it should answer the question, what does this variable mean? It wants the first line stated imperatively, so as a command. But for the rest of the documentation, it does not need to be stated imperatively. It can be stated just as you would in normal conversation. And it says the first line should not be wider than 74 characters. Like, I don't know how much these things really matter anymore. My guess is that these were made for like the older computer screens, that could not have any more than 80 characters across a row. But I'll try to stick to it since that is what the style guide suggests. A couple of other notes on documentation are when referring to a symbol, start with a tilde and end with an apostrophe. We'll see that when we actually do it. And I might have already done some of that because I have documented some of our variables and functions already. Do not indent subsequent lines of a, hey, David, nice to see you. So we're not supposed to indent any subsequent lines of a documentation string, though that looks nice in the code. When you actually look at like the help documentation in Emacs, it doesn't look so nice. So what it wants us to do is not to indent any lines that are after the first one. And then it wants us to use active voice. So we're going to go through each of our variables and functions and try to actually do all that stuff. So I've already got a few written up here. Let's see, customization group for the rare words package. So let's see. I wrote up a README for this offline. So I think I wrote up what some of the user-facing variables do, and I think I will copy the descriptions from there. So we'll go back to Qt browser, and David, I definitely see some of the issues you had with using Emacs within Emacs when you were first starting out. It's pretty annoying trying to switch buffer on the right Emacs. So let's go to Qt browser and go to the rare words package. What is it? GitHub.com/me and rare words. Do I have it? No. Well, we'll just write it out. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy some of these. So the rare words dictionary, read it to you in a second. So this rare words dictionary is a SQLite database containing word frequency rankings. I think that is probably a decent first sentence. Hey, take it easy, David. Thanks for stopping by. I definitely get that. I'm a little bit worried about the kids coming in screaming here. They're somehow not asleep. It's past midnight. I do these past midnight because usually the kids are asleep by then, but we'll see how this goes. Whoa. I don't know what happened there. I think I accidentally full screened this on my main Emacs window, so sorry about that. Where were we? We were looking at this dictionary variable. So SQLite database containing word frequency rankings, then sort of some more information about it. Now, if you highlight the documentation string, and I think it's Control-Alt-Q, or maybe it's just Alt-Q. Oh, I know. No? I know there's a way to auto indent this so it's formatted correctly. Let me see. Maybe I have to highlight it. No, that's annoying. Okay, let's look it up. How do we actually look at auto indent Emacs documentation? Okay, I'm not gonna waste too much time trying to figure this out, but we will. I'll figure out the indentation, I guess, on my own time. But yeah. Well, we do need to do it before we. Why isn't working? There we go. Okay, I don't know what it was doing earlier. I guess if you just highlight the documentation, hit meta queue, it will fix it up for you. Let me get this string done correctly, closed. So a SQLite database containing word frequency ranking that must contain a table named dictionary with columns word, which is text, and rank integer. Only words present in the dictionary are eligible to be marked as semi-common or rare. So that, I think, is a reasonable description. Let's look at the others that we have. Oh. For rare words, common word cutoff, we will copy that and paste it into our package. We'll delete this old one. And then the highest rank, I don't want to reword that a little bit. I don't like that, I think. Threshold at below which all words are considered common by rare words. I think that's good enough. Threshold below which all words are considered common. I think that's, honestly, that's good enough for this. We'll do the same thing for this one. Threshold above which all words are considered rare. Go ahead and add maybe some additional clarifying. So we'll say, we'll define semi-common in both. So if the rank of a word is between rare words, actually, maybe it should be capitalized, rare words, no, rare words, common word cutoff, and rare words. No, I don't know. Maybe it should be a symbol. Let me read the documentation real quick on this. It says that all the important arguments, that's for a function, when referring to a symbol, start with a tilde and an apostrophe. When discussing the value of an argument, use the argument name in capital letters, but this is not an argument. I'm just going to refer to it as a symbol, and if the maintainers want to tell me that I did it wrong, they can get back to me. So we'll say rare words, nope. Rare words, common word cutoff, and rare words, semi-common word cutoff. Then the word is considered semi-common. Okay. And the doc string, highlight it, and then, come on, it's giving me the same issue. I'm so confused. That should not be there. Why? Why does it not want to do it now? I'm so confused at how this indent region thing works. Like, do I just have to do this like manually? Because that would be annoying, but okay, let's just do it manually, I guess. That's annoying though. So look at this one. This one can go out to about here. So maybe this is fine. Yeah, let's just do it that way. Hopefully that's fine. Am I doing something wrong? Like, if anyone's watching, does you guys know why this isn't working? Like, why is this indent region not working? This is a little annoying. Anyway, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll copy this, put that down here. All right. We got the rare words custom word cutoff. We got rare words semi-common word cut off, and we got rare words dictionary done. There were some for the faces that we had to do still. So for the faces, we have this. I think that's close to actually what we had in the original. I'll go ahead and copy this, put that down here. At rare. Okay. So what else do we need? I think we've done everything up here. We got, yep, we did for common words, semi-common words, the rare words dictionary, the semi-common word face, the rare word face. Okay, so what does this do? So this is a regular expression used to define what a word is for. So we'll just say this. Say defines a word for the rare words package. I think that's good enough. Maybe we should mention it's a regular expression, but delineating. That's a good word, right? I think that's a word that shortens the string a little bit and gets us what we mean. Regular expression delineating a word for the rare words package. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, for rare words overlay list. Let's say a buffer local takeout. This buffer local list of overlays associated with the rare words package. I think this is good enough. Hopefully. Just curious. I'll make this long enough. And I try to, yeah, okay, so that works. I don't know why it wasn't working above. Okay, rare words kill highlights. So this is a function. It should answer what does this function do? Deletes the deletes buffer local overlay list associated with the rare words package. I think that's fine. I had to do that. That's okay. Rare words get word frequency. So takes look up word list. How about get rank of words in word list from rare words dictionary? Maybe that's good enough. Rare words get next word. And does that need a documentation string? Return the next word from point. Based on the regular expression that we use for figuring out what a word is. So this thing. And then we have rare words get words in region or buffer. Return a list of all words in between min and max. Return a list of all words in between positions min and max. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Rare words, make rare word overlay. Based on rarity, create an overlay for the previously matched word. Okay. And then the last one we have here is rare words highlight. That's our main function. So highlight all rare and semi-common words in buffer or active or active region. How about that? So if a region is active, it will only highlight words within that region. Otherwise, it will highlight words in the, otherwise highlights words in the entire buffer. These are probably not great doc strings, but okay, I'm learning. This is my first one, so hopefully everybody is hopefully everyone bears with me a little bit. Again, we have that issue with no indentation. It's not indenting correctly. I've done this 100 times. Like, I don't understand what's going on today. I'm just gonna do it like this. What if I do that? There's a variable that sets how long a line is allowed to be in the documentation, and I kind of want to look that up right now because I wonder if that's not set properly. So let's go to the info manual and look up doc strings. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's Emacs Lisp doc string fill column. Let's look at our value for that. Emacs Lisp doc string, no, Lisp doc string fill column. It is 72. Value of fill column to use when filling a doc string. Any non-integer value means not use a different value of fill column when filling doc strings. Okay. Am I using like the wrong function? Like, should it be fill something? Fill region? Ah, that's what it is. Okay, so that's the function I'm supposed to be using, fill region, which, what is meta-q bound to? Prog fill reindent defun. Huh. I thought it was bound to fill region for some reason. So I guess that's why it's not been working. But I know from now on what to do. We will fill region. Let's try it. Fill region. Go ahead and customize this to 80, I think. Oops. Okay, let's see how that looks now. We'll say fill region. Oh no, it still wants to go down there. Okay. Deletes buffer local overlay list associated with the rare words. We can take out the. Okay, what about now? Fill region. Still too big. Deletes buffer local overlay list. Just say local overlay list. How about that? Okay, good enough. Buffer local list of overlays. Local list of overlays associated with the rare words package. I hope that's descriptive enough. 80 characters is just not a lot. I mean, we're talking less than old school Twitter. Yeah, that's kind of restrictive, I feel like, but it is what it is. Regular expressions delineating a word. Is that too long? Let's see. So region. That looks okay. Whoa, what happened? Oh, I didn't realize I had two windows open there. That's okay. So these two are definitely going to be okay. Let's do this one. That's also okay. Okay. All right. So, okay, I think we have our documentation strings good to go. I think at this stage we can move on. So what we need to do next is for Emacs Lisp packages, you're expected to have some boilerplate at the top of the file. So the first line is supposed to be, we already worked on it a little bit last time. So first line is supposed to be the name of the package, which is rarewords.l. A short description of what the package does. And so when you look at list package, when you do something like this and you look at all the packages in whatever repositories you're pulling from, that is going to be the description that shows up on the right here. So we have that, highlight your rare words. And then the last part of the first line is supposed to be setting this lexical binding variable to T. It is recommended by MELPA to do this for all Emacs Lisp packages. The next is supposed to be copyright notice. I just assigned it to myself, which is, I guess, what I'm supposed to do. There's several others that you can have. Author is one that is sort of expected. Maintainer is one you can have, but you don't have to. I mean, if you don't have a maintainer header, then it is just assumed to be the same as the author. Created, you can say when the package is created. There's a few other words you can have. Keywords, I'm not going to add that. That one's optional. I will add the URL to the homepage for the package, which is going to be, it's going to be my GitHub repository for it. And then I think that's probably the last thing we need. I think the next part of this needs to be the copying permissions. So I think if we go to back to Qt browser, and we look up the GPL, right? We have GNU.org look up GNU licenses GPL out to. This website will tell you how you can actually use the GPL for your own software, which is what we'll set this to. I think MELPA requires you to have some kind of GPL compatible license if you want to submit to MELPA. So we will do that. To do that, we have to have this short little bit copied and pasted into Emacs. So we'll go back to our package and we'll add that in. And then I don't know, I guess maybe we fill region here too. Whoops. Okay. It's kind of nice that it comments it all out. I was worried that I have to do that. So fill region does take care of the commenting for you. Beyond that, we need to put a copying file in our repository. So if we go back to the GNU website, it's going to tell you where the copying file is. And it'll tell you that you should also include a copy of the license itself somewhere in the distribution of your program. All programs, whether they are released under the GPL or LGPL, should include the text version of the GPL. In GNU programs, we conventionally put the license in a file called copying. So I will go ahead and open that up and we'll go ahead and copy this. We will go back to Emacs and we will pull up eShell here. And then we will download that file. And then let's just look at it real quick to make sure we got it correctly. And that is what it's supposed to be. We'll rename that to copying. And then we will add that to our repository. Oh, I changed it to copying. And then we'll commit that, added copying file. And then we'll push that over to GitHub. And let's make sure it actually got through. That does, we do indeed have a copying file now. So that takes care of that. Finally, I think we need to go back to Emacs. And after this, after sort of the boilerplate we add for, you know, letting people know that this is a free software, like these three paragraphs we had. These three paragraphs we had up top. After this, we have this commentary line. And down here, we can sort of have a long description of what this package does. So if we go back to that list packages, and we actually open up one of these packages, like let's look at 0x0. Down here, you have this longer description of what the package is. And that's, I think it pulls that from below that commentary file. So let's go back here. We'll add commentary. We will say, this package looks at the active region, or if no region is active, then the entire buffer, and highlights any rare or semi-common words it finds within. Rare words, rather rare and semi-common words are defined by the SQLite words database that comes along with this package. So again, we will fill region. And I think that's good enough for me. After that, we have our code block. So I think that's all you need to do for that. That delineates where the code starts. I don't know if I said this last time or not. I'm sure I did at some point, but the last line of your package should be provide and then the package name. And then the very last line, the last code line should be provide the package name, but the very last line should be the name of your file, and then ends here. And I think that's everything we need to do to the file. And I think like that's everything. That's everything I read as far as what was on Appendix D of the Emacs Lisp manual. Sorry, let's go up. So this is sort of Appendix D here. This is what we were looking at earlier. It's quite long, but it's got a lot of really useful information in there. If you're looking to send or submit a package to MELPA or ELPA or any of them, really, any of the Emacs repositories, then I'd recommend maybe just reading through these at least once, because there's a lot here. But anyway, I think we've done all the stuff that we were supposed to from here. So we can now look at what sort of the next things to do are. And if we go back to the MELPA GitHub, going back to the MELPA GitHub, what we have is, let me pull it up. If we look at contributing over here, it suggests that we look at these packages: flycheck, package lint, flycheck package, and checkdoc, to make sure that our packages are formatted the way they're supposed to be. So I'll go ahead and do that. Let's look at what flycheck is first. Flycheck is a modern on-the-fly syntax checking extension for GNU Emacs. I would assume that if my syntax was wrong, that I would already know, because this wouldn't work, but let's just go ahead and do it. Since it asks us to, I will just package, whoops, again, keep sending commands to the wrong instance of Emacs. So let's go to list packages, and we'll look up flycheck. Okay, here's the one we need. We will install it. What were the other ones? Package lint. Go ahead and install that. I think package lint fly make was one, maybe. Let me check. Flycheck package. Okay, it's flycheck package and checkdoc. Okay. Flycheck package, and then checkdoc. No? What was it called? It says checkdoc. Wait, what? Use checkdoc to make sure that your package follows the conventions for documentation strings within reason. Maybe checkdoc is maybe checkdoc is just one of the commands that comes along with these. So anyway, let's go ahead and install these packages here. What's going on? So it's installing now. Back to our buffer. And then, okay, let's do checkdoc. Let's see what checkdoc says. You should have a commentary line. Okay, I think I forgot to put a colon at the end of the commentary line, so nice to have that. I'm glad I did run that. What else? There should be 2 spaces after a period. Really? First line should be capitalized. Okay. A fix argument word list should appear as word list in the jock string. Okay. Let's go ahead and fix that. Return the next word. Argument max should appear as max in the doc string. Return the next word from point based on. I'm just going to skip that. I mean, it's optional. And it's a internal function. I think we can go by without it. Let's go to the next error. First sentence should end with punctuation. Okay, fix. Did it actually fix it? First sentence. I don't know if it actually fixed it. I'm going to assume it actually fixed it. Argument max should appear as max. Where are we? Okay. Argument max should appear as max. We'll say next. Is that everything? Okay. Let's try it one more time. There should be, we said skip that. Argument max should appear as max. We'll skip that. That was the only 2. Okay. That's good. I think the documentation was good enough. What else does the packages suggest we try? Fly check, package lint, and fly check package to help you identify common errors in your package metadata. Let's look at each of these real quick. How does this help you find anything in the package metadata? Okay, maybe it's one of the other 2 do then. Package lint. This library provides a linter for the metadata in Emacs Lisp, which are intended to be packages. You can integrate package lint detects with various issues. Okay, so use the command package lint current buffer interactively or package lint buffer if linting programmatically. Let's just do, okay, let's try package lint current buffer and see what we get. Package, nope, wrong Emacs. Package lint current buffer. 6 issues found. Warning, version or package version header is missing. MELPA will handle this, but other archives will not. Okay. So for version, we will just say 1.0.0. Error, customization group should specify a parent via group. I feel like it's okay. I mean, if you look at the Emacs documentation, the customization group is automatically assigned to whatever the last group defined in the current buffer was. So I think I'm okay with not fixing that. You should depend on Emacs 24.3 if you need defvar local. You should depend on Emacs 29.1 if you need SQLite open. Okay, so I need to depend on Emacs 29.1. And I forget what the exact format for that is. I might need to look that up. I think it goes like, I think it's package requires, but let's look up the library headers in the Emacs info manual, elisp info manual. A package requires. So this is what we need. Okay. I'm going to copy this and we'll go back to rare words. We'll say package requires, and we will say Emacs 29.1. And then everything else could be deleted. And let's see if that does what we expect. Okay, it still doesn't like that though. Or maybe it does. Maybe that's an old message. Backfill this. And then try again. Still finding, okay. Cannot package.l cannot parse this buffer. Package lacks a file header. Oh. Because I added that. Okay, at least we have one fewer issue. One fewer issue now. Package Emacs is not installable. Customization group. Package Emacs is not installable. Oh, should lowercase it. Okay, try again. There we go. All right, that's good. What does Qt browser say now? We have a fly check package. What does this do? Fly check package. How do I use it? This library provides a fly check checker for the metadata. Okay, so I guess this is just meant to be used with fly check, and I've already done package lint. So I probably don't need to worry about this. So I'm going to say that we are done with that portion of the, of making sure that we have everything formatted correctly. So let's go back to the MELPA GitHub and see what we need to do next. We have already looked at all of this stuff here. Avoid long functions. I'm okay. Avoid change logs and readmes. I don't have change logs. Tag commits to release. Okay, I'll remember to do that. Fixing typical problems. We ran the quality checking tools. We enabled lexical binding. Avoid defining a face that both inherits. We haven't defined any faces. We've used faces, but we haven't defined any faces, so we're okay there. Please avoid, okay, we already read that one. Prefix function names with a hash symbol. I think we're okay. MELPA looks at the main.l file or package.l file if provided, though we discourage that if you have different optional parts of a large package, each of us has different dependencies, and these should really be published as separate packages. I'm not concerned with that. Okay, preparing a pull request for MELPA. To submit a request to MELPA, you have to fork and clone the MELPA repository. Okay, so let's fork this. Oh, fun. I get to see if I remember my password. Yay, first try. That was lucky. All right. Let's go ahead and fork it. Create the fork. Okay, it is now forked and we are in my fork of it. We'll copy that. We will go to back to Emacs and we will open up eShell and clone it. So let's do that. So, where do I want to clone it? Well, we'll just do it here for now. Okay. So now what we'll do is, actually, before we do this, I should probably go back into rare words. Should look at any changes we've made. We will say, look at what changes we've made. Yeah, okay. So we just did all that stuff. We haven't made all those. Oh, okay. All right. I think that's fine. Yeah, we'll just say git add rare words.l, git commit m added necessary headers and documentation for submission to MELPA. And then we'll push that. Then now let's go back to MELPA. And we'll say git, what is, oh God, I forget. Git checkout dash C rare words. Can we do that? Oh, git branch dash C rare words. Is that how you do it? Yeah. Okay. Git branch rare words. Git checkout rare words. You guys can probably tell I don't use this very much. I just don't have much of an opportunity to use Git. I am not terribly familiar with it, so you guys will have to bear with me as I fumble through it. Okay, now that that's done, what is the next step? This says after that's done, I think we need to create a recipe file, right? Okay, so here's the recipe format somewhere else. This is what we need. Package name is a Lisp symbol that is the same name as the package being specified. Fetcher specifies the type of repository the package is being maintained in. MELPA supports the Git and Mercurial. When you use one of these fetchers, you have to use the URL property. Otherwise, you have to use the repo property. Okay. URL, we don't need that. So I don't think I need any of these except for these top ones. So I need package name, fetcher, repo, files. Okay, I probably do want to use this. So it has all of these as defaults, but that won't include my SQLite database because my SQLite database is a .db file, and our package does depend on that. So we'll definitely want to include that. Let me see real quick. Okay, so if your package requires some additional files but is otherwise fine with the defaults, which I think ours is, use the special element defaults. So, okay. So it'll be like this. We'll want to use this format. We'll have colon files and then a list with colon defaults and then our words.db file. So let's go ahead and try that. And where does it go? Where should we put it? I think probably in just recipes, right? Packages are specified in the recipes directory. You can contribute a new package by adding a new file under recipes using the following form. Okay. And I assume it's just the name of the package. Create a recipe file. Create a file under the directory specified by that. I'm assuming it's just okay. Let's look at the ones that are already there. What are they named? So if we look at recipes, yeah, they're just named the name of the package. So let's do it that way. Go back to Emacs. We will go to recipes. We'll say find file rare words. We'll say yes. Yes. Okay. We'll add this. So we'll go up here. We'll change this to rare words. We will say it needs to be GitHub. URL we don't need. Repo we want. We want me, right? We want MOV06 and rare words. I don't want to tie it to a commit or a branch. I'm not even going to worry about version right now. Okay, we do need files though. So we will say this is defaults. I think it's like this. Words.db. And probably have another one of these to close it out. I think this should be fetcher. I think these are probably not meant to be there. I think that was just to show that it was optional. I'll take those out as well. So I think this is sort of the recipe file we need. I'll save that. I will save it here. And let's just look at, whoops. Let's look at our rare words folder just to make sure I've got it spelled right. The words.db. Yeah. The SQLite database is spelled correctly. So what can I do now? I think that's it, right? Like I can just submit this at this point. Is there anything else the documentation suggests that we do? It wants us to test the recipe. Recipe should try to minimize the size, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so let name denote the file name of the new recipe. Build the recipe via, okay. I'm going to do this. Whoops. We're going to open up Emacs here, and we're going to do it this way. So we will open up another eShell. What the heck am I doing? There we go. We'll open up another eShell. We will go to the MELPA. There's this make file I guess we can use. And if we say make recipes rare words, then that will build the recipe. When using okay. If the repository contains tags for releases, I don't think that matters. Test the package installs properly. Okay, let's do the make file first. Did it do it? Looks like there's errors. Let's look at what this error says. Fetcher is missing. Okay. Look at the recipes again. Find file, rare words. Ah. Let's try it again. Any luck this time? Unknown keyword fetcher. I screwed something up again. Fun. Oh. Didn't mean to execute it, I meant to save. Running it again. That looks more promising. Hey, that looks like it actually worked. Okay, so that looks like that might have actually worked. So what was the next thing it suggested that we do? Test the recipe. How do we test the recipe? Okay, so we can do make sandbox install equals rare words. Package Emacs version 29.1 is unavailable. What version of Emacs am I running? Why? Package Emacs version 29.1. Did I still have it as capital E Emacs? Let's go back to here. Actually, we can probably just open it this way. Rare words.l. Let's save this. And if I go to eShell now, and I look at git status, are there any diffs to show? Yeah, okay. I never saved that. That's the issue. So we will say git add rare words.l git commit -m fix a typo. Push it. And then we will go back to MELPA. And we'll try running that sandbox one more time. Okay. Make sandbox install equals rare words. It still wants Emacs version 29.1. Why? I look at this now. I have it as lowercase e Emacs. CD rare words. Sorry, CD recipes. Find file rare words. Don't have anything here that should change anything. I'm a little confused by that. I don't understand. I don't really understand why. Anyone know, if anyone's watching, does anyone know why that might not be working here? Because I'm quite confused. Emacs version 29.1 is unavailable. Let me look at something else in MELPA then that... Yeah, let's look at something else in MELPA that has Emacs as a dependency. We go to MELPA, we go to recipes. We'll look at something. Let's just look at 0x0 and see how it does that dependency. Let's look at 0x0 GitHub. Package requires Emacs 26.1. Did I do something different here? What did I do? What does mine look like? I have Emacs 29.1 versus package requires Emacs 26.1. Looks the same to me. Let's pull up rare words here. So if I paste this, what's different? It's exactly the same. That's annoying. And I'm lost as to why it doesn't work. What if I take it out? Like, just for the sake of testing, what if I take it out? Let's look up yeah. What's the diff here? We removed that line. Okay, so it's actually removed. So we will say git add rare words, git commit -m testing, git push origin master. And then we will try one more time building it. Oh, we need to be in MELPA. Okay, so for whatever reason, it's not seeing the updates to the repository. So it must be there must be something here that's stopping it from seeing the updates. Okay, so what if I delete the MELPA repository, clone it again, and then do this whole sandboxing thing? It's kind of annoying, but I just kind of want to try it because I do want to make sure it works. So let's add that line back in. Go back to eShell. We will actually just git add rare words, git if, what is it? If staged. So we did add that back in, commit it, testing, git push origin master. Then we will delete this version of MELPA and we will copy it back in. We'll go to mine, we'll go to, where's MELPA? Here we go. We'll clone MELPA. And then we will bring up the rare words recipe. Oh no, did I not save it? Oh no. Damn it. Okay. We'll go to MELPA, we'll say git branch -c rare words, git checkout rare words, git status. I am on rare words. We'll go to recipes and we'll say find file rare words. And I think it's like this. We have the package name, then the fetcher, say GitHub, repo, me. and files was like this. And then let's try running it again. Let's try running the sandbox again. So go back to eShell. So here, was it make sandbox install equals rare words? Is that what it was? I do kind of want to make sure here. I think it was in the contributing package or contributing file that shows us how to do it. Make sandbox install, yeah. Package rare words is unavailable. This is annoying, guys. I don't know why I decided to live stream. Like live streaming or live coding is just not. I don't know. I mean, like I don't know that this is actually useful to anyone watching me trying to debug things on stream. I don't know uh how good that is, but okay. Well, we'll get it done one way or the other, and we can switch strategies later. I'm learning, so please bear with me here. It's definitely there. That's definitely me. Why does it say rare words is unavailable? Why would rare words be unavailable? Let's look at recipes. Oh, I don't know why I left such a large folder. It does have rare words, and it's there. I mean, I don't know. Does GitHub need to be in quotations or something? Let's look at 0x0 one more time just to see what the source has. Oh, no, I do have that. So let's try something else. Any one of them will work. GitHub, repo, files, defaults, and words.db. I don't know, guys. Was doing better last time. At least it was finding the repository. I don't see myself as having misspelled anything. I don't think I've done anything wrong, honestly. I don't know. I don't know what I'm even trying anymore. Okay. Let's look this up. A package is unavailable in MELPA sandbox error in Emacs usually means there's a network connection issue preventing Emacs from reaching the MELPA repository, a misconfigured MELPA source, or sometimes permission problems. Not a huge fan of MELPA sandbox package is unavailable. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. I think I'm just going to try and submit it because I honestly think it's working. I mean, it did build when we tried to build it, so I don't know what else we can do. Oh, I know why. I'm stupid. There is this. Before we do that, we have to build it, right? So we never actually built the package when we cloned the repository. So we have to do this. And that's probably why it wasn't. Because I forgot to redo this part. That's probably why it never updated anything the last time I was trying to rebuild it. Okay. It's not in the actual GitHub repository it's looking in it's looking in the recipes. I never rebuilt the recipe, so I think that's what's going on. Okay. I need to rebuild the recipe first. Or not rebuild the recipe, but rerun make on the recipe. So, okay, now that we've done that, make sandbox install rare words. Hopefully it works this time. Come on. I don't know what this means. I was kind of expecting an Emacs to open up and actually run, but we've got a few warnings about missing parameters and value from call to map car is unused. Okay, so a few issues here. I was thinking the sandbox was actually going to open up open something and let me run it, but okay, I think it's working. I think we're okay. I don't know what the sandbox thing actually does. You can optionally run a sandboxed Emacs in which locally built packages will be available for installation along with those already in MELPA. So why doesn't this actually open in Emacs? Okay, I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and add this. Added the rare words package. We'll push it. Why is it asking me for all this? It should just work, right? Because it should just use SSH. How do I configure it to use SSH? GitHub, use make repo, use SSH. We'll say git remote add origin git at github.com me alt origin SSH. Okay. And while this is running, okay, cool. It does look like it is done. So let's close Emacs for a second. I think all of the rest of our stuff is going to be done up here in the browser. Actually, we want MELPA, not. I'm a little confused. I just pushed a branch up here, didn't I? It does appear that I've pushed it to, oh my goodness, what did I do? Should not be rare words like git, it should be melpa git. All right, back to here. Back to the cute browser, that is. And now we had this compare and pull request. Add a title. Okay, added the rare words. Brief summary of what the package does. Okay. This package highlights rare words in your active region or buffer if no region is active. Direct link to the package repository. And you know what? I think I want to see if I can delete this branch, because I don't really want that. I'll figure out how to do that later. But this is the link. Whoops. Your association with the package. I'm the author. Relevant communication with the upstream package maintainer. None needed. Checklist. Please confirm by replacing that with X. Okay. The package is released under a GPL license. Yes. I've read contributing.org. Yes. We did that on stream, so I have proof. I've used the latest version of package lint to check for packaging issues and addressed its feedback. Okay. I did not entirely address some of its feedback about the def group stuff, but I guess we can. I guess let's do that. Let's go to Emacs. How do I switch to Emacs? My goodness, this is really giving me a hard time now, being having two Emacs instances and not knowing where each key binding is going. So, all right, let's go back to rare words. Right? Nope. I want the list file, and let's look at package link current buffer. Customization groups should specify a parent flag group. Okay. We will say group and then rare words. Is that how it's done? I just want to make sure. So if I do this, okay, it evaluates. All right. Sorry. So just going through and trying to make sure everything is lined up the way it's supposed to be. That's not a custom. I think that's all the customs, right? Dev custom. These are all the customs. Okay. These are all defunds. What if I do package lint current buffer now? I've got that. That's line 36. Did it mean line 36? I'm confused. Customization groups should specify a parent. Oh, customization groups should specify a parent. Okay. I don't know what group it should fall under. So, okay. Emacs default customization group parent. We'll have Google tell us. Just make it an Emacs customization. The top level master group that serves as the parent for all other groups is simply named Emacs. Okay. Okay, I think, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and submit it. I don't really know how, like, I don't know if that's correct. So I mean, let's just do it. Still, it still seems to be evaluating okay, so I guess that's okay. Let's see if it'll still build, I suppose. Let's go to eShell. We will say git status, git diff. Oh no, I didn't. I never saved it. So save that back to eShell. Now we actually have some differences. Those are all the group things that I added. So we will say git add rare words.l. We'll say git commit added group keyword customization variables git push origin master. Now let's go back to MELPA and we'll say, what was it? Recipes, rare words. See if it builds. Seems to build. Okay, so now that we've actually addressed the issue, we can go back to submitting. And where did it go? Do I have to start this over? $10 minutes ago. 1 minute ago, okay. Oh, because I need to go to MELPA. Man, it is late. I'm getting confused. Okay. Where is MELPA? Repositories. Ah, man, I do have to start all over, I guess. Highlights. The rare words in your active region or buffer if no region is active. github.com/me and rare words. I'm the author. I am none needed. Checklist. Yes. Yes. Yes, this time. My elist byte compiled cleanly, it seems to. I've used Emacs checkdoc. Yes. I've built and installed the package. Yes. After submitting, please fix any problems the CI reports. Okay. Create pull request. And I think, it took probably twice the time I expected, but we're actually done. So I want to reflect on my experience here a little bit. I enjoyed this. I do feel like maybe live coding is not maybe the best use of everybody's time, because a lot of this was spent just debugging and trying to figure out, little nitty-gritty issues, and I'm not really sure how useful that is to everybody. I am glad we were able to get this done. I am glad that we got this submitted. I was expecting this to be about a 4-hour project. It's turned into something closer to 8. So if you guys got something out of it, I'm happy. If anyone got anything out of it, I'm happy. If nothing else, I mean, this gave me some experience setting up a whole YouTube setup and live streaming. So I'm glad I at least did that. I'm going to try to do either live streams or videos more often. But I think this time it won't be just straight up live coding because I'm not sure that this was sort of the experience I'm looking for. Like, I think it's a little nerve wracking, honestly, to be sitting here and being like, what the heck is going wrong? And spending 20 minutes trying to chase down like a rogue parentheses. So it was fun, but it was also a little nerve wracking. We'll see. We'll figure out what to do for next time. That being said, I don't think anyone's going to watch 8 hours of me creating and submitting this package. I did, however, want to put out something on how to submit to MELPA. I did it for myself for the first time, so I'm glad to do that now that I know how to do that. I think what I'll do is I'll take some clips from this, from these live streams we've had, and create a video out of it, and then that can be sort of the video tutorial on how to submit to MELPA. Otherwise, we will, I'll probably also write up a little blog post, so for those that prefer written over video, you'll have that as well. But anyway, I will sign off for now, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for those of you who stayed with me or anyone who watches in the future.